The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki.
Hello, here I am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. It's Monday on the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Oh boy, what an episode we have for you today. Actually, I don't know what it's going to be, but I have a feeling it's going to be good. I'm in a good mood. Clocking in at if I'm doing a BSB, body, soul, what's the last one?
Body, soul, brain.
Brain, yes. I'm body is like a 6, which is fine. Soul, I'm cranking in at like a 9.5. Brain, 8.5. What about you, Noah? What do we, BSB, Backstreet Boys?
Good. Everything is I would say 8, 9.
8, 9 across the board. Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, Kirsten's here. She's going to be on the show later.
Yay.
Andrew's in a good mood today. So am I. I got him 2 breakfast sandwiches today. He doesn't know. He thinks it is out of the goodness of my heart. It was really to complete the Starbucks challenge on the app today, which is if you buy 4 breakfast sandwiches between October 28th and November 1st, you get 80 points. What is 80 points? It's 150 points is a free drink. So pretty much 80 points is like $3. So I spent 4 times. It's really, if you do the math, I lost money, but I wanted those 80 points. And yeah, I don't know what's wrong with me. I follow these little games on the app, and this morning my app wasn't even working, and I almost was just like, I almost lost it because I'm just like, I'm not going to get Starbucks without contributing to my points. And if my app doesn't load, I can't get those points. It's just like, what is happening? I'm such a consumer. It's embarrassing. Do you do any kind of point system, Noah? Are you do you do the grocery card, like grocery stores, Super Saver card, anything
Honestly,
like that? Sephora points? Yeah.
Honestly, so if I go to, I try not to go to Starbucks, even though I have been, but when I go to my local coffee shop, they have those punch cards, and whenever I finish it, I just feel too guilty to ask for a free coffee. I just don't want to, I can pay for a coffee, so I don't even ask for one.
Wow. Oh my God.
I just don't want it for free.
That is so altruistic. Is it just because you are too embarrassed to be like, I want a free thing?
I just don't want to take from a small business. I feel
it's a small business thing. Okay,
but
that
I
makes
do
sense.
save it just in case I want to give it to somebody else or something.
That's sweet. Maybe like a homeless person.
Right.
That would be a good gift. Who just needs to be. I mean, coffee does make you feel. To me, it makes me feel happier. Honestly. So
yeah.
I mean, it does. That's why I drink it. I don't even think it's about so much feeling more awake. I think it's just I'm addicted to it, obviously.
I love the ritual. And it is my one vice. Because I don't drink, I don't smoke.
Yeah. I mean, it is but you don't drink it in inordinate amounts. What are you doing? 1 cup a day?
Just one.
Oh my God. And it's you get a small coffee. And I even offered to buy you Starbucks when I was here. Or when you were here, and you're like, no, I'm actually good with the coffee at my hotel. And I'm like,
pretty good.
What? And I love that you even have a barometer of what tastes good. To me, it's just, I just need Starbucks because I need the. It's about the milk. It's about the syrup. It's about the cup. It's about the
Ritual.
Yeah, the weight of the cup in my hand. It's the ritual of it. It's so, but it's one of those, I've talked about coffee addiction or caffeine addiction a lot on this podcast, but it's one of those things, if you start doing a little search on it, and I don't think you have a problem with it, with 1 cup a day, that's like someone who has 1 glass of wine. You don't drink it all anymore?
No, not at all.
Wow. Did you ever? I feel like you drank
Oh, yeah.
You used to drink a lot.
I used to drink a lot.
Oh, wow.
And then when I got on antidepressants for the first time, I was like, I don't want to take a depressant and an antidepressant. I was so worried about my brain exploding that I just was like, I don't need to drink. I'm going to quit because I want to focus on this.
Good for you. I mean, was that hard for you to go from? Because what were you Did the antidepressant do the job of the thing that alcohol was doing for you?
Yes. So I guess I always say that I'm too lazy to get addicted to anything. Like it's
I don't
just
think that's true.
I just don't. So it was like I do I do everything cold turkey.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like I used to smoke cigarettes. One day I just got so sick of it. I just was like, no
How
more
long
of
did
this.
you smoke for?
Like in my 20s. Actually, I think I started at like 18 or 19.
Cool.
And I would say like 4 years on and off.
Yeah, me too. I was definitely very addicted to cigarettes.
And it was the
Coffee.
ritual of that. Like going to bars, a reason to go step outside, a way to
Yes.
socialize.
And then it starts making you antisocial because you smell bad.
Yeah.
Some less and less people smoke anymore, so you would have less people to hang out with. And now and then it's like it becomes, yeah. The book that I read to quit smoking was just like, you think it's social, but it's actually alienating you from everyone. And like that's what addiction does. Like my coffee thing, like I have so many like. Now I'm just like, I like what I like. I know that the best way to quit something is to accept that I need it right now. You know, having guilt about, oh my God, I have so many coffees a day. I need another Starbucks. Oh my God, the people at the store probably think I'm so crazy. Like all that stuff, I just let it go. Like if I want it, I just let myself have it. And the gentleness with which I try not to judge the things that my mind instantly goes, why are you doing this? You're failing. And when I'm nicer to myself about it, I'm just like, you want it. It tends to fall away quicker. But caffeine addiction is so gnarly, dude. It's the withdrawal symptoms are what we're all really.
They're the worst. Even on one
combating.
cup of coffee, if I skip it, I just have a terrible migraine and I just feel
Yes.
sick.
What the hell? I mean, what does Avi say about it? He's someone who's very like mind body. He's a BSB.
He's very disciplined, but he loves his
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things that is so culturally ingrained in us to not feel like it's like a habit that any of us should feel guilty about. But and guilt is not what I'm trying to put out there. It's just awareness that it is a thing that people cannot live without. And the second you're like, people go, I'm not addicted. It's like, okay, try to go one day without it then. Just try. See what happens. Like you'll be irritable, lethargic, headaches. You know, it's brutal. But I'm just like, whatever. You know, I read how people are and on and off it on this subreddit decaf, which is all people getting off coffee. And the stories that they tell are just like, you know, my anxiety went away. We're pretty much drinking cups of anxiety, and we're all wondering why we have anxiety disorders because it makes you have anxiety. It's pretty much that. It makes you agitated. It adds to it. But you know, I can sleep with coffee in my system. It's a drug that doesn't have the same effect on me. Conan O'Brien also says that he doesn't even drink coffee because it doesn't do anything for him. Like it doesn't make him more alert. It just doesn't affect him. And I think that's kind of, I don't know, I just crave the taste. I get addicted to like, just, you know, right now I just like, I only eat like, I only ever crave like the same thing over and over. I get on these kicks where I just want the thing I want. And I'm fine about it because I'm not malnourishing myself necessarily, but there's gotta be some food deficiencies going on. I just got walloped by my period. Like it's a hurricane coming through, which makes me feel good because it makes me feel like, okay, my body's working, whatever. But Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
My period app is like, still? Really? Because it usually comes in for 2 days and then it goes away. This one just will not leave. And I was at a concert the other night and I thought it was done. And I was jumping up and down to the song. I went to go see Ludo, my friend Tim's band. And there's a song called Scare Me that I'm obsessed with. It's so fun. It's a Halloween-y song, but it's still one that you can listen to anytime. I really recommend everyone checking it out. It's just one of my favorite songs. It came out in 2020. It was just, I'm obsessed with it. And I sing it all the time when I'm running. It's just like my go-to, like, pump me up song. Mm-hmm. And I got to see it live, and I was just so excited for this song because I knew the set list of the show, so I knew when it was coming, and I was just like, listening to a song I really love performed live, there's no greater feeling. And the song that I know all the lyrics to. That's why I don't understand people that go to live music and they just are like, I've never heard of the band, but I just like going to concerts. It's like, don't you love to know the song inside and out? Like, I don't enjoy it otherwise. I mean, I can enjoy it, but it goes from a level 3 enjoyment to like 20 based on if I know the song or not. And so when I was jumping around to that song, my period like started again. I just was like, well, I'm gonna be leaking through these pants, these trousers, and yeah, it started like it just like all flew out of me. I'm sorry for the grossness, but it was like, do you ever think your period's gone and then it comes back like? So
yes.
There's like an aftershock and it's just like, oh my God. It's so nice though to have a period, to have something to blame your erratic emotions on. Like it's just nice to go, oh, it's because I'm on my period. Or like if you're feeling a little bloated, you get to be like, oh, it's gonna go away. And it's just like, no, this is just who you are, bitch. But it's just, that's fine. Blame it on the period. Yeah, I just do you ever just want to be alone? Like, you just want to, like, I have Kirsten staying with me, and I have, I'm just constantly surrounded by people, even when I'm not necessarily working, like, there's cameras following me around. Even when those cameras are not actually recording, there's still people around, and you got to kind of talk to them, and, like, that's why I don't like getting my hair done, because yes. That's a chunk of time that I just don't want to talk. Like, I really just want to be in my phone. The only time I get to just truly be in my phone and disappear into it and feel really like not guilty about being in my phone is when I'm about to go to bed and when I'm getting my hair done, or there's something where I can't move, and can't be doing work. And I just don't want to talk. And, having a friend in town who's like my best friend and who I love to spend time with, and she's married and lives on the other side of Missouri, so I rarely get to see her. Like, but she's been here since Thursday and she's leaving Tuesday. And it's like, I just yesterday when I'm on our day off, I just was like, can I just be alone? Like, I just want to go to bed and be alone. Like, I needed a nap yesterday, even though it was a beautiful day outside. God, I would have loved it to be raining yesterday because it was raining in my soul. And I just needed to be alone. And that's what I fear, I guess, of being in a relationship is like feeling, or even having kids. It's like yesterday with how I was feeling, like mommy needed to go in her room and cry and be alone for 3 hours to just like a mini suicide, like that's what Nick Griffin, comedian, calls naps. And like, I just needed in the middle of the day, even though I slept till 11:45, I needed to go back to bed and sleep out this depression. Like, I needed to leave my system. Almost like a migraines. When I get migraines, they will not go away unless I nap and like restart. Like I have to shut down my computer and restart it because I keep trying to get it to work, and it's exactly like a computer. When your computer, like the mouse is kind of going like, like you're trying to move it, but it's like lagging. And you're like, maybe if I just keep trying things, it's like, no, press, like you need to hold down the power button and force restart. And that's what I feel like naps are. Noah, do you ever feel that way? And like, what do you do when you have a partner who's like, let's go for a hike, or let's go walk? It's a beautiful day outside. We live in Arizona. The air is so crisp. There's a sunset. There's a bird. Like, what do you do?
Okay.
Do you feel guilty?
We understand that sometimes each one of us needs autonomy. And so, even though we're together, we do have our separate lives. I do understand the whole nap thing because when I was depressed, I used to just want to like close my eyes and just like fantasize and be in a dream where everything like works out. And it was better to just like be asleep than to be
alive
in real life.
Yes.
So it's definitely linked to depression.
Yes.
Just, I know you have a lot of stuff going on, probably related to that. But there's nothing wrong with taking some time to yourself.
Yeah.
But I think it would be better spent if you were awake with yourself.
I know that was the hard part, was like I was so depressed yesterday and like crying and just not being able to, like, no one could talk me out of it. Like there was no getting out of. There was no.
Yeah.
I become a broken record. Like there's just no hope. Everything's negative. Anyone who just completely disproves what I'm saying, I come back at them with like, no, but you're wrong. It's just like not pleasant to be around. I couldn't, and I knew that maybe a walk outside would have been good, but man, I took a 2-hour nap, and I woke up feeling 1,000 times better. Like I just needed to purge it out of my soul with that nap. And I know that sometimes napping can be bad, but I just let myself have it because I fought against it. And I was like, try to wrap your head around going for a walk with your friend. Try to wrap your head around going out to lunch. And I just didn't want it. Just like I want coffee when I know that I probably shouldn't have another cup. I was just like, this is really what you want right now. Like you're considering the other options. You're not just knee-jerk going to bed. You're actually thinking about it. And this is what you want. And don't feel guilty. Just indulge. And I think by doing that, I was able to get the most out of it and not stay in bed all day and wake up and just completely different person. If you're someone out there who suffers with depression and like the way that your mind can work when you're in that fog, it's you don't even relate to it when you're feeling good. Like I truly hours later could not relate to the person that was saying the things I was saying before. It's alarming. But it was really like I just have to talk to my psychiatrist and my doctor and just say, listen, around my period, things get way worse. Yep. And I need to bump up something around that time because it was rough waters yesterday. And there was nothing anyone could do to get me out of it. Any loved one. It was just, thank God though. Thank God I had the space and the time to sleep because... And, I had work to do that we kind of put aside. And thank you, Noah, for being like, we can just do it another time. Like in the middle of recording, some podcast stuff, I was just like, I can't do this. Like and thank God it wasn't stuff that urgently needed to be done. I fear having that happen to me when I do urgently need stuff to be done. But I think it only lets itself out when it knows I have space for it because some reason it always comes out in a time where it's like things can be canceled and moved. Like I just needed a break and that's okay. And yeah, Kirsten walked in my bedroom after I slept and she was like, oh my God, it smells like something fucking died. And we were like, did Luigi poop or like, did something die? And it was like, she was like, were you farting? I was like, no, like what happened? And I think it was like my depression, like the ghost of I'm not even kidding you. It like smelled like death. And it was just like me sleeping and depressed. And it was just like but it was just the way my soul felt. And it was just lingering in this room. So we like aired it out and we like went on a walk and then it was gone. And I was just like, bye ghost, bye depression ghost. It was seriously like this dark cloud in my soul was just like, It got out of my system. And even being in that room, I was like, I gotta get it. Don't even come back in me. I feel like possessed. So it's a nice way to look at depression as like a possession and it's not your fault. And it was just like I had the flu for my mind. So feeling much better today. Thank God. Oh, thank God. It will happen again. I'll be ready for it. I'll know that it's not my fault. And I'll hopefully get through it. Thank you to all my friends who were so kind and gentle with me when I was being a real bitcheroo. But let's get one of those friends in here. Andrew! Hi!
Yo, hey now.
What up, Andrew?
Can I say hey now, or is that copying Howard Stern?
That's copying, I think he's copying Larry Sanders' show.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, hey now.
Oh, yeah. Duh. What was that guy's name the other
Jeffrey Tambor.
Yes, Jeffrey Tambor, who... Yeah, was mean to me once.
Really? What happened?
I was on Opie's show, Opie and Jim, when they were on Sirius. No, Jim? It was Opie and Jim and Opie when they were like doing the show together without Anthony. And Jeffrey Tambor was on, and he was promoting Transparent, and I was just talking about. I forget, what did he say? It was so rude. I was like backing up because, they were making jokes about like, you're wearing a dress, you wear lipstick. And he was very much like, he understands trans rights as that playing that character Moira on the show. And I think I was just backing him up, and he was like, "What are you even saying? What are you here for? What are you even talking about? You don't even what he goes, I don't even know what you're saying or what you're talking about." And I was just like, I'm backing you up. And actually, I had a pretty interesting thing to say. I know when I'm being not interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know when I'm being a rambly idiot. I know what I just did on this podcast for the last 15 minutes. But I definitely...
But wait, I don't know if that was Jeffrey Timber from Larry Sanders' show. The
Yeah,
older guy with he talked like this. He had a lower.
No, that's
rasp-
Rip Torn.
Yeah, Rip Torn is.
But
what I'm
he
thinking
wasn't
of.
the one that said, "Hey now."
Oh, okay. But that's what I
Jeffrey
was
Tambor's
thinking of.
character said, "Hey now."
That's
yeah.
What a
so
great name, Rip Torn.
Such a
I
good
mean,
name. I mean,
how do you get
insane.
born? Oh, I mean, that's a nickname, right? It's got to be, right? Or
I don't know. Or maybe you just had clever parents. Was that
what
the
would you
new
name
hat?
your kids? Yeah, it's a new hat.
Oh, where'd you get that?
TaylorMade sent me it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Send it to you?
Yeah, sent me 7 hats.
Oh, I didn't know that. Those are the hats Kirsten was trying on the other day?
Yeah, they sent me, and then I traded in my golf clubs for Ping, the drivers.
Yeah.
I still have TaylorMade irons. Don't worry, folks.
I don't understand what...
the difference.
Yeah, like...
It's-
so if the
I
golf
mean,
club
it's-
changes everything...
No, it's the golfer, but he
You
blames
traded
the club.
them in? Like, you can just trade in golf clubs?
You trade in, and usually you have to pay a little bit more, like a difference. It's like trading in a car. Like, so let's say a club's $400, you trade it in, and then you probably have to pay $100.
What, do you just take it to the shop and they assess it?
Yeah.
And they say this
They go,
we'll
this
give
is
you
what the club is. They type it in. They go, this is what you bought it for a week ago, and now it's already dropped about 80% where you bought it. And so then you're trading whatever. They have a nice thing going.
When
for
do you
them.
just go, I'm done, and these are my
I think
clubs?
I'm done. Not.
I have heard that so
I
many
think I'm
times.
done. Not. Okay. Here's
clothing,
the thing. I started with
shoes.
all TaylorMade Sims 2. Traded into Sims 2. Got 790 irons because it's a little bit better of a player iron. They call it. My driver I traded in, but it was too light because I was dealing with slicing the ball. Now I'm dealing with hitting it to the left.
Okay.
So then I got a heavier, and then I traded in the my wedges for Titleist wedges because they're the best wedges, the SM8s. And then I traded in my Sim 2 driver 3-wood hybrid for all Ping because I hit the Ping driver so well. And then I went with a putter. I got the Spider X putter, and then I traded that in. Oh no, the Spider S putter. I mean,
I can't tell you enough how this is not.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere for us.
Yeah. And
Are you
then-
getting to somewhere where it's gonna really click?
Yeah, it's all going to come
And
together.
people that don't enjoy golf are just gonna go, okay, that was worth the wait.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
I'm
then,
waiting.
And then I went. I got the Scotty Cameron putter at the
Casino?
at the casino, and I was like, oh wait, that's the putter I'm going with, so I'm done with the Spider S. So I traded in the Spider S when I got the new wedges.
Andrew,
Yeah,
where is this going?
I'm telling you.
Okay,
So then I was like, all right, I like this.
I feel like this is one of those Squid Game challenges.
oh my God, I wish I understood that reference.
I don't
Then I
understand it
traded
either.
in the Ping putter for a Spider X. So now I have Ping driver, Ping 3-wood,
No.
Ping hybrid,
No, you
790,
just wasted everyone's time.
790 TaylorMade,
No,
Titleist wedges, and a Spider X putter, and I am happy now.
No, that was not good, Andrew. That was for like golf people would like that. Save that for the golf podcast. Why don't you start a golf podcast where all you do is talk about golf? But
First
you
of all-
talked like you were going to get it to something interesting.
It was building.
To what?
You ruined the build. It was building hard.
But what did it end with that I ruined the payoff?
Oh, that.
Just what your complete set was?
Yeah.
I hated that.
But I'm telling you what, there are people out there that go, I
I
get
know,
it.
but most of our listeners do not know.
I get a lot of messages from our listeners that play golf.
Great, but the vast majority, we're supposed to, we can talk in specifics, but not for that long.
Well, it was a 15-second rant. You made it 25 seconds.
That's a good point. I did make it longer because I just was like,
I think anyone can understand, though, changing everything about yourself except for yourself. And that's what you do with golf clubs. Instead of just changing your understanding that it's your swing, because your dad had that 3.5 wood that was from like 1848.
Yes.
And a club called a controller which is a 2-iron.
Sounds like what we call my dad.
Yeah.
Sounds like a nickname for my dad.
And I was able to hit those. So my swing's fine. It's not the club. It's not the shirt. It's not the jeans. It's not the shoes. It's you. Make you good. That's the point.
Make you good. That's that was Melania's first name for the Be Best challenge. Make you good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. It always comes down to you. And like people do in recovery programs when people like move towns and they're like, I'm going to start anew.
Yeah, exactly.
They call it geographic of being like, oh, this'll change me. I'm going to move to a new city and reinvent myself. And it's like, you just brought you to another city. You're still you. Nothing about you is different now.
Or you lie to yourself for like a month and you're like, I'm in Paris. I'm going to read now and you know, better myself. And it's like, you don't have a job and you're on the street.
Somewhere to like be like, I'm going to write a book because I'm going to be inspired by what's around me. It's like, if you can't write a page in St. Louis, you're not going to write a book in Paris.
It's like everyone goes, I need more time. I don't have enough time. And it's like, then you quit your job and you have nothing but time and you don't do it. And you're like, oh, maybe that wasn't it. Like,
time is not my problem. Like, I get so much more done when I have less time. And I think we all know that. Like, when you have a bunch of shit to do, you can just go bam, 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 like, and it gets it all done. But I just, what's the thing right now that you're trying to overcome and be, what was it called? Be better you? Better you. Wait, get better you.
Oh, what did I say? Something good. Something good.
Do you good.
Yeah, do you good.
Be good. Do yourself good. Man, I thought of a really good word play on words yesterday. That was like saying like I was saying because I was just so depressed yesterday that all I could think of was like I need to kill myself. Like that word just goes in my head over and over. I want to kill myself. I want to kill myself. Jesus. And it becomes like a mantra. It's insane. But then I was saying it in my head over and over like a mantra, and I was like, I couldn't stop doing it. It just made me feel so much better.
Ever to have, by the way.
I know, and my mantra recently has been, I create joyful experiences in my loving world. That's been my mantra recently, and then yesterday I was just like, all I wanted to do was just say, I want to kill myself. I want to kill myself over and over when I was trying to sleep. It's insane, right? But then I was like, how can I make this phrase not? Even though that's exactly what I want to say in my head, and nothing is going to change that, and I just want to say those, I want to kill myself, those 5 words. Yeah. How can I change the meaning of them so I can still say them and it doesn't mean that?
Did you turn it into a haiku?
No, I changed it into, I want to kill myself. Like, oh, you killed up there. I want to kill myself. Like, also.
I want to kill as well.
Yeah, like as well. Like I'd like that myself. You know, like you say myself as like too. So I was like, I want to kill myself, but you know, you don't always get to kill. Like it, and then I changed it so that I was able to still say it, and it just meant that I want to do well on stage. Does that make sense?
No, it does. I mean, it's absolutely insane, but it does make sense.
But there's something in my brain that was like, you can't say anything else right now, and there's nothing.
I also like look at it like someone just killed themselves and you saw them kill themselves and you're like, hey, I want to do that. Like, hey.
No, that would be, I want to kill myself.
Yes, I want to kill.
Yeah, but if I saw someone murder someone, I would go, I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Like, you just killed someone. I want to kill myself.
Yeah. No, it makes it, I guess, you can turn any like really dark
the meaning.
thing.
It's still the homonym of it. It still sounds the same, but the meaning is different.
Yeah, it's like when I do, I do the one bit about dad cheating and stuff, and you're like, no, but keep it, you don't have to take it to a real tone. Like, keep it silly. Even if you're saying a dark thing. Like, you could say
it's not the same. Mine changes the meaning of it. But yes, I know what you mean. Like, make a sad thing. Yeah, take a sad song and make it not about killing yourself. Remember.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough way to spend a day.
I'm not. Listen, this is a specific. It's like It's like canker sores. People who don't get canker sores don't know what they feel like, but they are a very specific kind of pain. And that's why when I was going through that, I was like, if you're out there and you know what a canker sore feels like, imagine your whole tongue is that. Because it's not the same as having a cut on your lip or biting your lip and like having it kind of hurt. It's a specific, like sour tasting, like striking pain. And the kind of depression I have is a very specific type of depression that isn't just like, I'm sad. It's like, your brain wants to you want to go to bed so you can. When you were talking, Noah, about like sometimes you just want to go and lay and fantasize about a better life. I want to fantasize about killing myself, and that will make me feel better. That's the only thing I want to do that will soothe me. And like it's and I talked about it on Joe Rogan, and the only reason I know is I'm not alone with this. Is there are other people. I know other people out there who have this kind of depression. It's like the canker sore of depression. It's like a very specific kind of pain that it just, and that's not something I choose to think about. It's just what my brain wants to do so that it feels good. It's like when you have an itch on your arm and you just want to, like, it's saying like scratch it, and you're like, am I choosing to want to scratch this? It's like, no, I just, the saying I want to kill myself is this for your arm, and it leaves like a bloody mark, but you're like, I just had to do it
now
because it felt good.
I mean, this gets dark, but is it like that stops you from doing it?
Yeah, it feels better. Okay. And it feels, but the thing is, I know that it's not good because I know positive mantras work. So why wouldn't a negative mantra work too? To like put me in a worse state of mind. So that's why I was like, okay, you got to change the meaning of this thing that your brain is gonna want to say, but bring different meaning to it. So it's not, so that the real truth that your body absorbs is not that meaning, but you can still say those 5 words, but not have them mean that. Instead, it just means, oh, I want to do well on stage too.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
But it's the same as scratching. I think my analogy is perfect because when you have like a bug bite, you're just like, oh, and then you cause it to like bleed and like you cause a scar from scratching it. And it made it feel better at first, but then it made it bleed.
It's
so
like
it's
when
like,
I bite my nails and I eventually start bleeding.
Yes, or I pick up my cuticles and they eventually start bleeding. Oh, and then they were so in pain, and then I had to put Neosporin on them to make them like numb. Mm-hmm. Do yours hurt when you rip them?
Yeah, of course. Like when I especially like when it's like the one like right by the side. Is it
satisfying to get like little pieces of nail? Like
the hard part is when you rip it and it feels great because you get that like where it's like kind of dead, and then you know if you keep going, it's gonna bleed and hurt. But you gotta
can't
get it.
help it,
yeah, no,
dude.
I get it.
I relate. Let's get Kirsten in here. Kirsten! She's a healthy person that doesn't harm herself, I don't think. She's such a positive
Oh, yeah, she's
person.
great. She's a trainer for our apartment.
Yeah. Get in here. Oh, my God. What is that?
On.
Keep it on, bitch.
She looks exactly like the opposite of what we were just talking about.
She looks exactly like you would think she looks.
So I was actually going to go.
Come on. Just come in.
No, keep it on.
You had all the time to pee. Don't do this. Every time we leave to go anywhere, you go, wait, I gotta go pee and like put on some cream. And I'm just like,
no, what I was going to say is that I was digging for some shoes to put shoes on for this because I always come in barefoot. Like
oh, no, you're fine.
I found this band.
Yeah.
And I did a few.
Yeah, she found a rubber band. You did a few activations?
On your bed, yeah.
On my bed.
To wake up my body and soul for you guys. Hey,
oh, you smell so good.
Really?
Yeah, what's going on? Wait, what is that? What'd you put on?
I washed out my armpit.
Yeah, it's your armpit.
That
it smells
sea salt
really good.
soap.
Oh, it's good.
It's,
Did you put that in my bathroom?
I did.
God, like the best smelling thing in my bathroom is something you brought. What is that?
Well, it's that company I used to work for. The
Zoom
soap.
Zoom
yeah,
soap.
Zoom. Yeah. So sorry, I was doing some things. Yeah, so I love that soap, and I noticed that the bar of soap in your bathroom just like there's no smell that comes out. It's just so neutral, and I kind of like a little scent. And the goat's milk is really like moisturizing.
Yeah, my body wash that I love just ran out. That necessaire.
So you use that bar then?
Yeah, I use that bar to like shave, and I use it I use it as soap. It's not bad to have no smelling soap.
No, I know.
You just said that to me like you were were a little bit nervous to judge me.
No, the bar looks.
What does it look like?
You told me the other day do anything to make this more comfy to stay with you.
Yes.
Like, do anything that helps you feel more comfortable. So I just
Yes.
was like, I'll bring a bar of soap. I'll bring a jar of almond
you,
butter.
You just said my soap does not smell, but you also said it looks. What were you about to say?
Okay, you know how when a bar of soap is so old that it's like cracked up and dried?
Yes.
And I would rub it, but nothing would come off of it. So I was like rubbing my armpits for like the first time I came up this fall.
Yeah.
And it like I don't feel like it cleaned me well. So I just was like, I'll just bring
Maybe
her a
I
new
haven't
bar.
been cleaning myself well.
Sometimes they just dry up and get old because I think you use body wash. So I was like, I'll bring some soap.
I use like shampoo to
Yeah.
like sometimes wash my.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
no offense.
It's a
I
3
just
in
was
1
like,
or a 1 in 3 or whatever.
I
Yeah.
thought I'd bring it. It's my favorite
A one,
smell.
1 in 3. You know,
You
shampoo.
got a cracked soap in there, probably, right?
No, I have body wash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think a hint of coconut.
A hint of coconut for the
I
for the
do a
butthole.
full like face thing now. I have like 5 steps.
Nice.
Yeah.
What do you do in the
serums,
morning?
A face wash, toner, serum, eye cream, lotion.
Whoa.
God.
But I only have to do it right here because I have the beard.
Yeah.
So under the beard
yeah.
is like there's maggots, but yeah, here, like in here it's nice, like just this 2 inches.
Yes.
right here.
Yeah.
Is
that
the
little
lotion for your face?
patch.
Yeah, I have bad
Dermatitis.
Yeah, dermatitis.
I like how guys call face cream lotion. It's like
Yeah.
lotions for your elbows,
Yes.
but face cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I was putting
moisturizer.
on cortisone forever, which cortisone is like
For like
for redness around
like
my
eczema
nose.
and stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I went to the dermatologist recently, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's if you want your nose to be purple when you're 50, you could keep
Ooh.
using that." And I was
Wait,
like,
why would your nose be purple from
"From
cortisone?
because like cortisone is like a steroid, like it's too much for what you're doing. Like you don't need that. Like it's not the perfect drug
Right.
for that."
Right.
And so I've been doing this for like like my nose is gonna
Oh,
look like
purple
a
nose
fucking,
Colin, they call him.
Why do you have no pores on your nose? Why are they like zero pores? I was
I
looking
have
at
makeup on.
No, but like you literally have. I was looking at you yesterday. And it was like no pores.
No.
Is it because you get extractions when you get?
Well, I think so. Whenever I go to my esthetician Amber, she always, as we're doing microneedle treatments, she's like, "Your pores!" Like she gets so excited. She's like, "Dude, oh my god, your pores are like non-existent, girl." And I don't know if she's just saying that. I don't know the change, but thank
like
you.
what is? She,
I guess it's good.
Is it from her microneedling?
The microneedling is supposed to like even your tone, help your collagen, also like help pores because my pores were huge. She said. She was like, I had to tone it down when I first saw you because like your pores are huge. And
What
then she
are
was like,
pores?
she's like,
Like-
you work out all day and you sweat. It's like I was like, I don't work out with my clients. I'm not sweating all day. But she
Yeah, I'm wondering
tried to
what
justify it. But
gets your pores small. What's she doing?
it's the microneedle. It's like it's literally this roller of needles. She goes, get. I think you'd like it because it's kind of painful.
Yeah, I like pain.
And so she rolls it all over your face and adds like a
How much
stem
is your
cell
facial?
serum. I don't think my husband listens to this. It's honestly like each treatment is like $230.
$250. Yeah.
But I usually get an eyebrow tint, and like sometimes I get a lash tint because I'm a blonde.
And you go once a month?
every 5 weeks. So it's I was going once a month, but I was like, I need to go 5 weeks. So I feel like that's less.
Yeah.
Like
it
I
ends
feel
up
like I'm
being
stretching it out more.
10 times a year. Yeah.
But like during quarantine, when I stopped doing it, I just started it January 2020 when I turned 36. So when I stopped during quarantine, I noticed a difference in how I just like looked. I mean, it's fine to look how you are, but I noticed a difference in my skin.
Yeah.
Looking a little bit
Noah,
worse.
do you go to get facials?
Yeah, actually, a bestie helped me find my esthetician here in Tucson.
Bestie with the SD.
Will a bestie write me and find me an esthetician in St. Louis who won't talk to me?
A mime.
Do you talk to yours the whole time?
We talk a lot, but I also look.
I'm just kidding.
look
I
forward-
actually like talking.
It's part of my life where it's like I'm the patient versus like me being the trainer and the client. Like I lay down and I just unload. I'm like, oh my gosh, this week's been crazy. Da, 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 da. But days when I don't feel like talking, I just lay down and I go.
I actually do have a really good esthetician here that I need to call up, and she doesn't talk to me, and I should go see her again. But
It's kind
No,
of nice
it's-
to talk a couple times.
yeah, it's just hard to find time on my schedule to go see
You were
this
getting
person.
You
facials
went
a
to
good
Amber.
amount though, and you didn't like it. right?
Yeah, because I was always trying to go to
much?
someone new in New York, and they were always like, "What is wrong with your? Who have you been going to?" And then they always shit talk the person before you.
Yeah.
And that's why when Kirsten had
My
one
girl
little
doesn't do that.
facial thing here in St. Louis, when she went to her girl, she was like, "Oh, they really fucked up this part." I'm like, they always have to blame the person before. They
No.
always have to go.
That's how they keep
What
you
did you
coming."
do?
Yeah.
Oh God, this the
No, my
last person-
eyebrow got Bert and Ernie.
No, they always do
your
that at-
hairstylist do that too, probably?
yes, every
Who
single.
layered this,
So
probably?
who did your hair last time?
Like, we
yeah,
can- we
they
can work with it,
really
but-
made some weird choices, and you're just like, I know, throw them under the bus.
But Nikki, I think you'd like going to a esthetician who gives you what reason I like mine. I'm not trying to plug Amber, but she gives me results. Like I go in, I'm not going to like get relaxed like the emoji on the spa emoji. I want it to be a nice experience and pleasant, not like a waterboarding, but I want results. I want to instantly look and go, this looks better.
Yes.
For what I pay for. I don't want to just go to have it be something on my schedule.
yeah, I know I want to look forward to it too. I love going to get a facial because
And you
it
like
can be
the
very
people.
relaxing. Yeah,
But then
and
if
I'm
you don't
friends
wanna-
with the girl that does mine. She's had a baby though, and it's just like I know that I'll have to look at pictures of babies and stuff, and like. And I actually would be excited to see her baby. She's a cute girl, and I'm always interested in. The thing is, I always complain about hairstylists. They talk to me about their lives and blah blah blah. I always enjoy the conversation I have when I end up being there. That doesn't mean that I still want to do it though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You could dread something, and then even if you know that it actually won't be as bad as you're dreading.
Because
it's
like
still-
I
you
could fill my life with hanging out with my best friends, and you could never say in one of those circumstances that I'm with someone that I don't like. It's just that it's even you being with you yesterday, Kirsten. Like I felt guilty, like being like I need to be alone, even though all I do, if I want to be around anyone, it's you. You know. But that doesn't mean that I want it all the time. Like it's okay to not
Yes.
want it, even if
better
you
want
like
it all
that
the time.
person. But sometimes when I go get my hair done, I say that I want to just use this time to be on my phone and listen to music and like meditate. And then she starts talking about her stepdaughter and the party that her stepdaughter went to where a girl was date raped or whatever it is. And I'm like, wait, I need to hear about this. And I get and then we have an amazing conversation about what it's like to be a young woman. And then I'm fired up and I feel inspired. And I've just heard this story from a person whose life is so different than mine. And I feel...
Sounds horrible.
No, it's great.
Just kidding.
But I just talk the whole time.
Well,
and
but
it's
the
like
thing
I
is,
can't do that. I
certain-
have to take myself out of those situations. So, but then you risk looking like such an asshole by
No, but
being
some
like,
treatments are so like the microneedle's painful. I'm literally laying there. I'm like, tell me about. Okay, so like let's talk. Versus, I'm not like zoning out. Like, same with the workout. Like sometimes my clients come in and they're like, I'm just getting by today. I'm like, okay, so it's like we're not gonna like. I'm not talking.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to just coach you honestly versus like, like react and then how many have I done? It's like, well, what do you want? The advice about your ex-husband, or you want me to like focus on your form?
Yeah.
What? How can we meet that halfway? But
Well, maybe talking about the ex-husband will make her work out harder. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like sometimes, like
revenge body.
Yeah, revenge
Get
body.
that damn revenge body. That's such a.
Let's get to the news.
Apparently.
We just made Kirsten watch. Apparently,
By the way, I got
Never
a
seen him.
shit ton of messages about that.
Yeah. To our Instagram, we got a whole bunch of the girl who dressed like the apparently kid.
that's such a good costume idea. I don't know why I said costume.
I don't know either, but I was excited about it.
Costume.
Custodian. You said it like custodian. Costume.
All right, let's play the stinger.
You heard it here first. Yeah, you heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, apparently Andrew has the news for us, and apparently,
That's good.
thank you. Apparently, I went on the ride and
so good.
it went round and round, and apparently my dad watches the evening news.
My grandpa,
Oh yeah, my grandpa,
which makes it even better
and
for
it
me.
freaks me out.
Dude, that is good.
Thanks, man.
It's Monday. You know what that means, folks. It's Monday. I hope you're having all the swells out there. And if you're not, well, hope you're having all the swells.
What'd you say, Kirsten?
These are the leggings I'm going to give you.
Oh, I love them. Why aren't you gonna keep them?
Well, now that I have them on, I think I might keep them.
no. Oh, okay, good.
Sorry.
All right, I guess that's the first story.
Yeah.
All right, Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson hold
Oh
hands
my
on a
God,
roller coaster. They're
dude.
just friends, sources say.
No,
Is there more?
Is there more? Of course, there's more. Yes, this is. They kissed on Saturday Night Live. Apparently,
Yes.
apparently they locked lips on Saturday Night Live in a sketch, and
Grandpa.
they looked really cute and nervous when they did it. That is based on a Reddit comment I saw on the Dumois subreddit. Yeah, I am
Coming
not
off-
surprised at this.
I think friends can hold hands though.
They are not friends. Why does he need a friend?
out of touch.
In Kim Kardashian.
He needs a friend. He needs a hot, gorgeous friend. I don't know.
Who is like, I just want to be friends with Kim Kardashian? Like, I wouldn't even want to just be friends with her. Like, I would want more. No, this is obviously
It's very
moving
difficult
towards
to
something
get
else.
inside her circle, I bet. It's probably almost impossible. So if you get in there, the probability of you hooking up with her is probably pretty good because it's hard to just get through the wall.
and he gets hot girls. He has
Yes.
like a great track record
I
of
saw
like
his
getting the
list.
hot.
I mean, it's
amazing.
even more ridiculous than what you
Really?
even say on. Yeah.
It's amazing what he does. That's such a.
I
said
can't
that so
believe
funny,
he's
like-
someone
It's
that I.
amazing.
I mean,
used to
listen
know.
to this. I mean, we know the list, but it's just
Kate Beckinsale, Ariana Grande, Kaya Gerber, Martha Qualley,
yes, Margaret Qualley,
Margaret Qualley.
Phoebe Denevor.
I don't know who that. Oh yeah,
The one
from
from Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
Edgerton.
Kaylee Cuoco.
Ariana Grande, Kazi David. He started with Kazi
Yeah,
David.
Kazi David was the
Everyone
first.
was like, "Whoa, he's dating Larry David's daughter," and who knew that was just the start?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think he's definitely gonna be fucking Kim Kardashian.
I don't think she bangs right away, but he's gonna hang in there for whatever is like.
What makes you think she doesn't bang right away?
I don't know. I just don't. I don't think she does. I think
feel
she
like
like really.
Coming off a divorce, I feel like you want to get it in.
She's a mom, and she probably I think when you're an older woman like that, you just don't. I think she's just someone like you'd think that Paris Hilton bangs right away, but Paris is very good about not having sex too soon.
Yeah, the older you get, the more you just value your own heart, and I think I can see that in
Yes.
Kim. I don't
Yeah.
know her very well.
I don't
obviously,
think
but-
she just gets. She has a lot of self-esteem. I don't think she gives it away too soon.
Yeah, and she doesn't need anybody.
Yeah.
Honestly, she's got everything she probably needs. So
Yeah.
But she is breaking up with Kanye because of pretty much his mental illness and his narcissism and stuff. And Pete seems to have some. He deals with that as well. He was actually talking about Kanye on SNL. Did you ever see that one? Where he talks about how you could be mentally ill, but that doesn't give you an excuse to be an asshole, essentially.
right. She probably liked that a little
Yeah,
bit.
I know. I think she probably watched that and got a little horned
And listen, like
yeah, that would be something that would get you.
just because you break up with
Kanye.
someone,
up. Like, he put exactly into words what she wanted to say about her husband.
yes,
He knows how to work it. That's
And
cool.
I bet you anything Kanye was so pissed about that, and she listened to so much of him bitching about Pete Davidson, and so it's just the perfect person to date to kind of stick it to him. Yeah,
now we get it.
I think that I get what's going on here, and Pete, knowing Pete as much as I know him, he's sweet.
Yeah.
He's kind. He's funny, and he's just a nice guy. And he doesn't. I don't think people think that he thinks he's cool. I never have gotten that sense from him and hanging out with
Yeah.
him.
He was
And-
really nice to me. I didn't know him.
Yeah.
And he came off like insanely like complimentary and nice and like
Yeah.
reserved.
Yeah, that goes a long way. We were talking about this the other day with Noah. I think like how you think women are drawn to like a supermodel muscle man. It's like end of the day, personality, kindness, being cute and having like a good smile goes miles.
If
And
you're
that's
the- if
probably
you're
what
a girl
and
that
funny.
is-
He's funny.
Yeah, and funny, and just
Well, you were saying how like
Being secure.
an F boy, a fuck boy, whatever, isn't necessarily a guy that fucks a ton of girls. It's a guy that's an asshole about fucking a ton of girls.
yeah,
right?
a liar.
So he is kind of on. He's so honest
Yes,
that it gets him a lot of girls.
yes.
But is he an asshole for going through so many girls? You know what I mean? Like that's like the
No,
rub
he's
of like
allowed to date
you could be
all
a
these
nice
women.
guy and still fucking leave a lot of women.
he hasn't left them. What if they just mutually were like, I'm not that into it
Maybe it's-
anymore? Like
yeah.
I don't think he's left like a wake of like broken-hearted women. But
What if
what do
they're
I
F
know?
girls?
Huh?
What if they
Oh,
are
there
F
are.
girls?
There are. Oh,
You're
I
right,
mean,
though.
there-
I do think that
know?
he's very honest, and like
Yeah.
I just see so many comedians that aren't. I think he's very much like, yeah, this is what I struggle with, and this is what I've been through, and yeah, I just I have bipolar, and that guy's an ass. Like hearing him on Howard and stuff.
Yeah.
He is not trying. Yeah, he has a lot of tattoos, and he has a look, and he wears cool clothes. Everyone's trying to be a little bit cool, but I don't think
He's actually getting his tats removed.
really.
All of them?
Yeah.
All of them.
I mean, that's what he's shooting
Tabula
for.
rasa.
And he said it actually hurts more than getting the tattoo.
Interesting.
But he likes the process.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it must be a cool process to get. It's almost as cool as getting it.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it's cool. I think that's like it's like taking off all the bumper stickers off your 1998 Toyota Camry. Not
Wait,
you,
that's
but
not
like
cool, or
it's like
not-
getting
or-
it's like having a gold car that has like bumper stickers. Like I'm doing the bumper sticker thing, and then having to scrape them all off.
oh, and the tape
Yeah, but
still
hell.
stays on
It
there.
is hell, but
Sell
I
it
think
as
it's-
is.
I do love old tattoos and just being like, this was a lot of mistakes. But if you have the money and you actually enjoy the pain, which is a lot of why people get tattoos in the first place, is they like that pain. Watch him get them back on after he gets them all off, because he's like, I
Hilarious.
have to keep the pain process.
Well, he.
Hell.
Well, apparently it's he's an actor now, and he wants to be a serious actor. I
Yeah.
assume as he gets older.
Yeah.
And
He doesn't
to
wanna
cover
wear
up
body
to
makeup.
cover up the tattoos takes like he has to get there like 5 hours ahead of time.
Yeah,
Oh, I see where that's going. You
Yeah.
could just get a microneedle facial and then get the pain. And
that's true.
that's
no,
the
but then he'll
easier
still have the
solution.
tattoos.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's the issue.
Okay. I approve of this union.
Oh, I think it'd be
and,
great.
I think though it's her. They're not trying to keep it secret. The fact that they're trying to be friends is just to protect Kanye, and she's maybe kind of scared of what he will say and do. But they are definitely more than friends.
Wouldn't you love it? They
And they'll
got
be
married?
dating soon. They'll
What
be
if-
like full blown couple.
What if
very
she
soon.
became Kim Davidson? Like how basic is that? Oh, Kim Davidson. You know who that is,
She
right?
ain't getting rid of Kardashian.
I
He'll become Pete
know.
Kardashian.
I think it's the first white guy. Wait, no, Courtney's dating Travis. Courtney's dated Scott and Travis. But I think it's like the first white guy that, either her, Chloe, or Kylie or Kendall has like been with.
Trying to think. Well, that one dude, he was half white. Chris, her husband that she married.
Humphreys?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be
think so.
wrong.
I don't know.
Eh.
No, I mean, it's just a remark, no judgment there. But I
Yeah.
didn't even realize that, like, that's how much I don't see color. I hadn't even realized it. But someone said that on the subreddit. That's why I was like, oh, is he? Okay.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess.
All right, next story. Apparently, a 14-year-old boy suffers horrific third-degree burns after attempting the Squid Game honeycomb challenge.
What's the honeycomb challenge?
So the honeycomb challenge was a challenge in Squid Game where they're given like a honeycomb that's like a thin like thing like
Yeah.
this, and then there's like an umbrella in it or like some kind of object,
There's a shape.
a shape inside it, and then they have to use a little pin and get the shape perfectly cut out without cracking the skinny honeycomb.
Okay.
So the kid burned himself by trying to make honeycomb.
But what burn with what? The honey?
So he put in like a bunch of
The comb?
like ingredients into a non-microwavable cup, put it in the microwave. When he took the cup out, it exploded and just burnt his leg.
Okay, well,
God.
that's not the honeycomb challenge. That's just like idiot not knowing how to, like, pushing, like, too
Well,
many.
So he was
trying to
heating
adding an
that
extra
honeycomb.
zero on.
He was
2
heating that
minutes.
honeycomb up.
He did 20 minutes.
I don't even
that's like-
understand that.
How many kids burn themselves with like? I mean, that's awful. I'm so sorry for the kid, but
I mean, in
They're
this
gonna
day and
blame-
age, I bet you they'll go, we can't have another Squid Game because kids are burning. One kid burned
what
himself in New
happens?
Zealand.
So is Squid Game a lot like Saw, where there are challenges and like you
Yeah.
die if you don't win?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Like they die, they could die.
I hate
Wait,
that.
but
Hundreds
if they,
die.
But if hundreds,
100.
On the show.
wait, what?
Yes.
Wait, tell me why.
I mean, I
This
don't
is
wanna-
way more interesting than your golf club thing. If anyone hasn't seen Squid Game,
All
I
right.
love hearing like Squid
So I
Game's-
just hit my ping driver. I got home, put on Squid Game. No, so it started with like 450 contestants. And the very first game, so they're all, in debt. They're all,
And they're all in bodysuits or something. Like they're in.
Well,
Yeah, they're all in like
the
spandex.
people. Well, the people that
Where
are.
they get
It's
those?
so funny to try to like if I tried to describe Squid Game knowing what I know, which is literally just
should.
memes. Okay.
You should.
Well,
So what do
okay.
you think happens? There's 450 guys.
I have
Okay,
an
so
And
450 people.
Yeah.
I just learned that from you. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have known that.
Yeah.
Down and out in spandex like Power Rangers like suits.
No, the bad guys are in Power Ranger suits.
But who are all the people?
The good guys are just in regular like clothes. Like in
No.
Okay,
they-
they
hold
look like
on, let us try to
no,
figure it-
they're in like janitorial clothes.
Okay.
With numbers on them.
Costumes.
Huh?
Are they in costumes?
Costumes.
Okay, so then and they all they have different challenges to win money. And some of them involve like throwing a ball on the floor and trying to open an envelope. And if you don't get it, you get slapped in the face. And then if you do get it, you
Wait,
get
you've
money.
seen this then?
I've just seen that one scene.
Oh, okay.
And then
I'm
you
like,
get
this is
you
very
get the money,
specific.
and then you go deliver it to an old woman in a like a roadside shack, and then that's all I know. I only saw one scene of a woman watching on a plane.
I had a client who was like, "Oh, great new show. You and Corey got to watch it." I was like, "What's it about?" He's like, "So it's like all these people. It's like a challenge. It's really gory and it's really scary to watch." I'm like, "Not watching it.
No,
I'm not doing it."
So the
Corey,
first scene,
no Corey, no gory.
Corey, no,
Corey, no gory.
Corey will watch anything. He'll watch
very
like
first scene,
heads explode and stuff.
450. Not first scene, first game. It's red light, green light. And it's this like Asian doll. It's gigantic and it's turning around and it has eyes inside it that see. And if you go, green light and you run, and then if you don't completely stop at red light, you're just shot and killed. So then like they didn't know they were getting killed.
Wait, they don't know?
Well, until that very moment, and the next thing you know, literally 200 of them or 250 get shot and killed, and that's how the game starts. And everyone's like, what?
Is it in the future or is it now?
I
Present?
think it's now.
And so, like, how do they all get shot? Like, the people just shoot. People come out and shoot them.
Yeah, they're just shooting them from like holes in
Guys
the
in
wall.
the Power Ranger suits.
Yeah,
Oh my god!
Yeah,
It's
all-
just so violent. I can't.
it is, but it's like violent in a way that it doesn't feel.
Do you see them,
violent?
like-
I don't know why.
It's-
like you literally see a bullet go through someone's head and blood, but then you're like, yeah, okay.
Another handful
What's
of
the
popcorn.
most gory thing that happens?
That's
I'm just picturing you in there, just like bullet.
Oh my god, I ate so much popcorn in bed last night.
Did you really?
That
Oh my god!
fucking
Thank you
girl-
so much to
No,
Anna
you're
who
making-
sent popcorn to us from Kirkwood Pop Company.
Birthday cake.
Anyways,
Did you eat the
many
birthday cake
flavors.
popcorn?
I ate the cookies and the caramel, and
You were having some this morning for breakfast.
so you gotta get in there.
You know what? You could
Send more.
Please don't, but do as well. I think we gotta go to break. Apparently,
Okay, we're gonna
Remind
go to
me.
break and then we're gonna come back with more.
Why
I
do
want to
I
know
care?
more about Squid Game. We gotta come back with why do I care? Why do I care? Why do I care?
while we were away, Kirsten told us a quick hack. You want to
Yeah,
share?
if you have Invisalign
Oh,
trays,
yeah.
you
It's a-
can eat popcorn and apparently not get. Apparently, it doesn't.
Like the one thing you can eat while you wear them is like you can crunch down on popcorn. It doesn't get stuck all up in your teeth because that's a big deterrent to popcorn can be like wedged in weird places.
Yeah, I don't know that that's a deterrent to popcorn. Yesterday, you were telling us that you don't eat popcorn because of Vata
buildup in the body. It's an
the
Ayurvedic
winter.
thing. In the fall and the winter when it's cold out, or even just in general, eating popcorn is very airy and it can
What
be
did
hard
someone
for-
call you?
Vata.
In my
People are going to hear this and
DMs,
they're going to
they
know
said
about
you were
Ayurveda.
like a unpretentious hippie. What did they say? Something hippie.
Unpretentious hippie. I
Yeah.
like that. I mean, I'm not trying to be like, I am so into this
No, but
thing.
that's the perfect description for you. You're
Popcorn
such
can
a
give
hip-
me anxiety. I'll just tell you that.
Yeah,
Why
yes.
do I care?
Yeah.
For his
He cares about
35th
it.
birthday, Drake buys himself a $5.5 million watch.
Let's see this stupid thing.
It is so stupid.
What?
Look at this
That-
watch.
is
It
that-
is like, it's not even good looking.
That's 5 houses. It looks like a. It looks like
look
a
at it
mold
from
spore.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It looks like a mold
Oh
spore
my God,
on
it look-
hummus.
You can see the
That looks
inside
like
of
the-
it. It's like not even finished.
Looks like one of those invisible phones that girls had in the 80s.
It looks like a Swatch watch, like fucked a
It
transformer.
legit looks like something you'd buy in that machine that goes.
Looks like an ashtray with a bunch of cigarette ashes in it.
I mean,
It's bad.
That's so
fucking
sad about
horrible.
how many people that could feed, clothe, and shelter.
I mean, you're so right.
I mean, I know you can buy what you want if you've got the money for it, but I mean, wouldn't you really think about how many people could go get like an education? I don't know.
I guess it just makes you think like,
And who's
buying-
putting this stuff out there? It's
Unpretentious hippie.
him saying, I bought this. It's
Yeah.
like not really for him. It's for us to talk
yeah,
about.
of course, it's for this conversation.
Kim Kardashian's photo with her and Pete Davidson, that leaked on purpose. That wasn't like someone took a picture of the roller coaster shot of them off the screen.
But we buy into it and we say, hey, they're dating. And then we also say, hey, Drake is the #1 rapper.
yeah, and we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
So we're part of the
They
problem.
got us.
That's so expensive.
I will
mean,
say that blowjobs with Invisalign also, it rounds your teeth, the bottoms of your teeth, so that it doesn't
Less
scrape
sharp.
them.
And that there, I love the Invisalign Reddit. There's so many.
Have they ever
weird
talked about
things
blowjobs on there?
Oh yeah, people are like, this is crazy, but yeah, there's so many funny things you can like relate to
I
people
love
who
that
are
that's
doing
how-
it too.
Kristen's obsessed
I
with
love that's how
Invisalign.
like an
It's really
orthodontist,
fun.
like, oh, you're 16-year-old, you want regular braces or blowjob braces?
BJBs. You would not think that leaving in your I only discovered that on accident.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, when I accidentally fell on a penis.
with my mouth.
Yeah, I accidentally ate a penis.
you're eating a banana.
I accidentally
and
ate
it
a
didn't.
penis.
And it didn't. Apparently, it didn't scrape it, and you can really like not chomp down, but like give it pressure, and it doesn't have that. Like your teeth have like a really sharp point, but Invisalign
Lord.
rounds them
I don't
out.
think I've ever felt teeth on a. Maybe my penis isn't wide enough, but I've never like been like fuck. Oh no, top of
Really?
teeth. Yeah, you don't really. Feel, I don't know.
Oh my
I've
god!
never-
Well, that is nice to hear. Maybe it's an old wives' tale that
Like,
honestly,
honestly-
because that's always such a concern of mine.
Yeah, I really feel like guys. I've never had a conversation with a guy in my life. Too much teeth.
Really?
I swear to God.
Why do we all think this as girls?
I like Nikki's joke where you have to turn into an old turtle to do.
Yeah.
You look like your dad.
Wow. Don't.
Because he looks like a turtle.
Oh,
Like,
that's
do
right.
it again.
Don't say that.
That's a
I
funny
really
joke.
get hurt when
I
people
know,
say I look like
but
my
I
dad.
meant it as he's a turtle.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's I look like my dad. It's fine. I'm just accepting it as I age.
You look like your mom and your dad.
Oh, stop! Oh, thank you for throwing that in there too. Because you go, no, you look like your mom and your dad.
You look like your dad and your mom.
Mostly your dad, but a little bit your mom. But no, seriously, you look like your mom, but
Mom's
mostly
like
your dad.
10%, dad's like 90.
Okay, let's get to top one, bottom one. Today's category:
It's road trips.
road trips.
Woo, road trip.
Top road trip, bottom road trip. Kirsten, kick us off with your worst road trip. Kirsten almost told me the story
I already
this
know
morning
it.
when we were walking
Worst
Luigi,
road
and I
trip.
go, please save it for the podcast. And she's like, and then I think my best one was probably, and I'm like, save it for the podcast.
Sorry, I just want to talk to you.
She's a
Like,
normal
in the morning.
human.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
know,
like
that's true.
save. Yeah. So, worst road trip was flying into LA and driving out to Palm Springs. We left LA like two, like Midwestern idiots. Everyone will laugh who lives there. We left LA departing east at like 3:00 on a Friday. We were driving 20 miles an hour for 5.5 hours, which should have took 2. And I thought we almost got divorced.
Really?
We got rear-ended once. Like it was hell. We were going so slowly the whole time. We were just like, and we were stuck in traffic. And by the time we got there, we were just like, we're at Joshua Tree, but we don't even want to see. Joshua
Were you
Tree.
just like fighting the whole time? and
Yeah,
just-
because it was the reason we left, because I wanted to go shopping, air quotes, and I wanted to do like the shops in Venice, and then go to that. How do you say that natural grocery store? Erewhon.
Erewhon.
I was like milling about Erewhon, touching every item and like selecting snacks. And Corey's like, we have to get going. I was like, 10 more minutes. And that's the reason. So I was just like shamed the whole way. I was like, and he was so mad. And we were just both like so mad at each other. And then we arrived so late to our like B&B in Joshua Tree. We couldn't even find it in the desert because it was dark. And it's dark in the desert at night. Namaste.
And then also
What?
it's like you're going on a trip to relax.
I know.
And it was not.
That's
and
the worst. It's like when you're trying to relax.
He was like, "Let's fly into Palm Springs," and I was being cheap. I was like, "Let's have lunch with our friend Beth." At,
because you need that 2:30 for a facial.
Jelena, wherever Jelena is that Venice, whatever. And he was like, "Why do we have to go in LA? This just makes no sense." It really doesn't. Next time so whenever we're having like a bad.
What made you go to Palm Springs in the first place?
I just like it because it's very like 50s and retro. And
How did you even know about it?
because my sister. Everything is always because Britta did it first.
Oh, okay.
So Britta went for like a wine trip for her husband's company, and all the mid-century modern houses and the vibe, and it's so quiet. Have you been there?
Yeah.
It's so
I was there in
quiet
July. It was
in
so
Palm
hot.
Springs. It's like silent town, and it's all gay men. So wherever you go, you're just safe. No one looks at you. No men check you out. I don't even think I wore mascara.
Whoa.
It was beautiful.
Dude.
So whenever Corey and I are like talking about a travel option or like getting in traffic, I just go, "We're flying into Palm Springs," because it's always just like to avoid a fight. We're just gonna fly in.
Yeah, there's so much fighting that is caused
it was
by
so-
road trips. I have a feeling that most of our road trips stories of the worst are going to be related to that.
Fighting.
I think my worst.
Yeah.
It was really good though too, but it was also my worst because when I was I lived in LA right out of college. We all know I was that PA for whatever. Anyway, so I had a mild overdose in New Orleans off cocaine.
Oh my God.
With a stripper, and
Were you like this?
I don't know. I was like, I can't feel my legs.
Back in 400 BC when you were a dinosaur.
I seriously was like this all night. Then I did
He has
two
like
gravity bong hits.
Tyrannosaurus Rex arms.
Gravity
And I was on a
bong.
couch like this, going, I can't feel my body. I can't.
Oh,
I couldn't really
Andrew.
feel my body. My body was completely numb. It was paralyzed. I was paralyzed. And I go to my buddy and I was like, I need to go to the hospital.
Having so much fun in New Orleans.
And he's like,
Hashtag beignets.
He's like, stop being a pussy. And then he takes me to the hospital. He doesn't even come in with me. He goes later. And he just
You have
drops
the worst
me off.
friends.
He's like, later, bitch. Stop being a bitch. And I was like, I was like, oh,
Men
shit.
are so bad to each
I
other.
was like, I'm going in.
When they're young.
And then I walked in. I go, I think I'm having a heart attack. That's what I really did. I think I'm having a heart attack. And they're like,
such a
okay.
baby.
They let me skip the line. At
Wait,
least.
where does this relate to a road trip?
Oh, so I have the mild overdose. And
You had a New Orleans accent when you did that. You're like, I think I'm having a heart attack.
they're like, did you have too many beignets?
You had powdered sugar on your lips. And they're like, you had too many beignets. You're like, that's cocaine.
That's cocaine, bitch.
all over my face.
Let's just partying. So 3 days later, I'm in the heart ward, and they had to put blood thinner. Heart ward. And they put blood thinner into my stomach. They just shoot it in my stomach.
Andrew.
And they said like I had a heart murmur. I didn't have a heart attack. But
That does sound like what your heart would do
Sounds
instead
like
of
how I
attacking.
yeah.
It would just be like, "Mama."
Yeah, your heart's like,
Even my heart
mumble.
attack is lazy.
Yeah, an attack would be like,
Yeah! Let's go. Let's
It's
work.
just
Let's
like,
get a special.
it's
My
like
heart's
you woke
just
your
like,
heart up like,
I'm
no.
fine, just living in St.
heart murmur's like,
So, anyways, I go back to Florida because it would cost me $8,000. I had no money at the time, and I had to fly with my little brother to LA to get my car because I was done in LA because I had no money.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, "Yeah, what are you doing?" And so I had to drive back from California to Florida, and it was depressing because I failed miserably.
Right.
But I
And
really
you'd
did.
almost had a heart attack.
Yeah, I tried many times.
Wait, you had that in Florida?
In New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
New
that's right.
Orleans, down there
And
with
then
the
you
beignets.
went. You were just visiting.
you were cool
Yeah.
LA boy going to New Orleans, but then after that, you were just Florida boy.
Well, I went to school at Tulane, so me and my friends got back together to like have a reunion the year after we graduated.
Oh my god.
And so then I went back to LA, got my car, drove back with my little brother, and it's a long drive, obviously, like especially when you're thinking about how much you just failed and had a
Yeah.
mild overdose. And I lied to my parents. I think my dad knew it was probably like cocaine or like I don't know. He was pretty cool about like not going in on me about like having like an intervention.
Or just neglectful. Or in denial.
Yeah, I
or
guess.
didn't care about you.
We
enough.
could look at it either. Beignet.
Yeah, it sounds like he was pretty cool about his son almost dying of an overdose, but not saying anything. That's pretty cool.
Beignet overdose.
He was so chill about me dying.
Yeah, dude. You
Yeah.
had the coolest dad that
He's
like
so
didn't show any concern that you went to the hospital and had a heart attack.
Hey, he was busy, dude.
Yeah, dude.
So-
And you were like 22, had a heart attack. No big deal.
It was mild. It was a murmur.
You had the coolest dad, man. He's
so
so
cool.
lax, so chill.
He's so chill. So, anyways, I drove back and we were like, we're gonna make it a golf trip, and then we went and played golf at this place called the Phoenician in Arizona, and it was like $300. So we spent all our money on one round, but I shot a 39 on the back. Whatever for the golfers, and then we just drove back home. Like it was like gonna be this golf trip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noah, worst road trip.
My worst road trip was, I think I was like 14, and my mom, my brother, and my little sister and I were driving down to Florida to Disney World, and it was just 20 hours of pure hell in the car fighting.
Why was it hell? Why did the fight start?
That's so funny.
My brother and my mom are just so like hard-headed, and it was just like, and they were both driving. They like kept, they would change like driving responsibilities, and I just remember like, we're gonna just die. There's gonna be explosive road rage happening at any moment.
When you
my
got to
God.
Disney, was it fun or no?
No,
None of it.
none of it was fun.
My,
What about you,
yeah,
Nikki?
go ahead.
my worst one was as a kid. We would go back home to Cincinnati. We moved to St. Louis when I was 6. And Cincinnati was where like our whole family was. And one time my dad couldn't go back for work, so my mom just drove me and my sister. And I was probably like 6.5, and my sister was like 4. And we drove, and there was a huge storm, and I got really sick. I remember getting a really bad fever, and we couldn't make it through the night because it was storming. And my mom later told me that a truck driver was masturbating next to her at one point during this trip. And was like, hey, look at this, and like lifted his dick up so she could see, and we're like in the car with her.
Humble brag.
I want to
I
hear your
know.
mom's impression of saying that.
And when she later told me that, it was just when we got to Cincinnati. I was still 6. It was gross. I'm just kidding. It was when I was adult. She was like, it was a bad trip. But I remember, the times in my life where I was like, I remember just being sad for my parents, knowing like we couldn't afford things, and like being just so embarrassed for them.
Yeah.
And I remember and being scared because I could sense my parents' fear at times, but they would try to be brave, but I could just I was very perceptive. Like I look back on times that my parents say like something happened, and I'm like, I knew it. Like there was something in my soul that knew something terrible was wrong. And we stopped. I was having a fever, and my mom, this is before cell phones and everything. We went to this like motel that was so disgusting, and I remember thinking like, I can't believe we're staying. Like it was one of the ones where you have to go to the front desk that's in a parking lot, and then they give you, it's like
They always have a bell on the front.
It was
'cause they're sleeping in the back.
it was like Schitt's Creek kind of hotel, and went to this room, and I remember like just feeling delirious and just telling my mom, like I woke up in the middle of the night like feverish. My mom thought I was gonna like die because I had like a really, really bad fever, and I was saying weird things, and I just remember telling her like, you're playing me like a Barbie doll, Mom. You're playing me like a Barbie doll. And I just remember saying it. I remember feeling it, and I didn't know what it meant, but it like made a lot of sense to me. And she thought I was going to die in the middle of the night. It was just horrific and like very scary, and it felt like we were on our own. And I know my mom was so scared, and she was so young. My mom was 31.
You were gonna die like if you were
so
like
young.
a failed comedian. Like just of a fever in a shitty motel.
Yes.
You like knew your mom was young and that she was scared.
Yes.
I wonder what the
And she's
Barbie.
playing me like a
you
Barbie
play
doll.
me like a Barbie doll.
Like I just felt like your mom.
It's a great
you're not,
lyric.
You're not like being what didn't feel like a
That's
mom.
deeper.
Like you're just playing me like a Barbie doll, Mom. Like I'm like
Nikki.
it was really weird, but I remember
Yeah.
it made so much like poetic sense to me at the time.
especially at 6.
Okay, what best road trip, Kirsten?
I think one of the best was a group of girls from high school. Hala's dad was our principal, and like 3 other girls who we weren't friends with anymore. But we drove all the way to field hockey camp at Princeton in New Jersey, and then her dad took us to we all got in a van and drove out to this field hockey camp, and then we went to New York City for the first time.
Oh, I was so
went on the
jealous of this
Today
trip.
Show. Like we held up a sign.
Oh, I was so jealous. Of
And then
this
on the way
trip.
out there, we got stuck. It was epic. We got stuck on the Pennsylvania Turnpike for like 3 hours just sitting, which now as an adult, I would be like, hell. But we got out and everyone was like camping out and offering beverages to people and going from like car to car because it was a huge accident. It just shut the whole highway down. And that was just like,
that was
epic.
between junior and senior year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were still playing field hockey.
It
I
was
long
so
gone.
fun. But yeah, we went to this field hockey camp and it was just awesome, fun. Like,
I was so jealous of the trip. And
'Cause you
all
wanted
because
to
I
still-
wasn't
yeah.
good at sports.
FOMO.
but it was an epic, like I've never been on a highway that was shut down like that.
Oh yeah, that's fun, kind of.
And then we just
It's
like
scary.
And then when it started going, we were going like everyone was 10 miles an hour. Everyone was just walking with cars. It was like apocalyptic.
What about you, Andrew?
I feel like we always have to be like, it was when we were kids. It was literally just recently.
Yeah.
The trip from Durham to Charleston with my brother, my little brother again. He came to a show in Durham, and then we met my dad and my brother in Charleston and then had a great show that night.
Yeah.
And the drive was great. I got Bojangles for the first time ever, which was fucking amazing. And it was just like a simple road trip. It was only like 5 hours. It wasn't like a crazy road trip, but it was
Yeah.
just like going to see, because I haven't seen my brothers or my dad in a long time. And we had an amazing trip. And I don't know. It was just nice. It was like
What do you guys talk about?
me and my brother. We went live and just talked shit about the different cars on the road. There was this one
Instagram
guy
Live.
with a very little U-Haul. I'm like, oh, look at your little U-Haul. Like he only had, it wasn't like the truck U-Haul. It was
It
the
was
one
like the
that's
state
on,
was Rhode Island.
like it was just on the back, like
Yeah.
a trailer U-Haul, which is like, what
Like,
are you needing
itty-bitty.
the
It's
U-Haul?
the same way I feel about when people check a bag when you are at the baggage claim and
Yeah.
a little tiny like knapsack comes through and you're like, you couldn't
Why?
carry what are you putting in this little knapsack?
They're running away, just like on a
Dude, there's
stick.
this video
one
on
thing.
TikTok.
Yeah, like a bindle stick comes in.
There's a video on TikTok of a guy making fun of a ladder, like a Forerunners, the cars.
Yeah.
They have these little ladders.
Oh,
that
Simon
go
has
from-
that.
They go, oh, look at your little ladder.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have a ladder to get up to your roof?
Tiny
Oh,
little
you
ladder.
It's
It's like
so
boop, boop,
funny.
Like you couldn't just
It's
climb right up.
literally 3 ladders. It's the funniest.
It's just such a widow ladder, and it's on a car that's like a full run.
Yes, dude.
Full run left.
Yeah, it's like if you're so tough,
yours?
just climb up. Anyways, but yeah, that was a great trip.
Noah, best road trip.
Best road trip was October of 2020. It was
Yes.
we drove across the Southwest from Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Arizona, and ended up in Joshua Tree. And
Whoa.
I got engaged. I fell in love with the Southwest, which I'd never been to before, and is the reason why I moved here. So
That's right.
I would say that was the best road trip.
Did you fly into Colorado?
Yeah, we flew into Denver, rented a car, and then just drove the rest of the way.
Oh, that's
love that.
lovely.
It's awesome.
My best road trip
That's a
was
good way to get married, by the way.
Oh
Do a
my
road
God.
trip with whoever you're thinking about, and if you can make it 5 states, you're the
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So final thought. My best road trip was the one I took from Kansas City to Chicago when we auditioned for Last Comic Standing, me and a bunch of Kansas City comics in 2006.
This is the first time you were on it.
Yeah, yeah.
How old were you?
21.
What are your thoughts? Are you nervous? Are you like, do I have enough jokes? Are my jokes?
I wasn't going to audition. I was just like, I'm just going to go for the fun because I knew that I wasn't good enough to make it on a TV show. I was like, I've been doing comedy like a year and a half. Like, why would I audition
I like
for the
this
show?
because
How
a lot
many
of people
people-
would be like, I'm ready for the show. I'm ready.
No, I was like, no, they would be. This would be delusional for me to think that I would.
How many
make it on
people
the-
auditioned?
Like hundreds and hundreds. You know, it was in Chicago and it was all like people waited outside in line. But it was so
How many-
fun because. Sorry,
How many
what?
people were on the road trip?
Like 9. We rented a van. We had a guy that had a hookup at a rental place. One of the guys worked at a hotel, and so he got us hotel rooms in Chicago for like cheap enough. And it was just one of those things that was like me and like it was 7 or 8 guys and me, and we all went in this big passenger van and drove up there. And we listened to Patton Oswalt's album "Feeling Kind of Patton," and we got like we were just listening to good comedy albums, laughing so hard. It was so fun. And by the time we got there, they were like, Nikki, just do it. Like, you're here. We have, what else are you gonna do tomorrow in Chicago? Just do it. And I only did it because I was like, I just want them to say I have promise. You know, like I don't want to get on the show, but I just don't want to. I don't want to have one of those like American Idol like gag reel auditions where they just show you like William hunging it.
Yeah.
I just wanted them to say like, good job. You know, like, oh, you're.
I see something in her.
Yeah, I just wanted to like have confirmation that I was on the right track, and then auditioned and that's they said I was too young and thanks for trying and like come back again next time. And then when I was walking off stage, they were like, I really liked her, and the other guy was like, well, I mean, I could be convinced. And I just ran back up on stage and was like, you want to hear another joke? And they were like, yeah. And I told another joke, and they were like, we'll see you tonight. It was they put a different joke in on the airing of it.
Of what actually?
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because the joke I told was
This is your first joke?
No, this was I auditioned. I did like 2 minutes, and then they were like, "It was really good. How long you been doing it?" And I said 2 years, even though it'd been 1. And they were like, "Yeah, it's just you haven't been doing it long enough, but it was really good." And I was like, "Perfect," you know, like, "Oh, good. That's exactly what I wanted." And I was like shaking because I was so cold because you had to wait outside, and it was like a blizzard that week. It was so snowy and so cold in Chicago. It was in March, and then I made it to the evening show.
What was the joke?
Oh, it was I dated this black guy for a while, but I had to break up with him because he hit me. It wasn't his fault. I just didn't understand his complicated handshake. And that was, and they were like, funny. All right, we'll see you tonight. And I was like, yes. And then I was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I going to do? And then I remember going to Starbucks after that, and I cut my hand on the door, and there was this, it's still there, that cut right there.
Oh,
it's still
man.
there.
That's from
the day I got on Last Time Standing. And I remember being like, I'll probably have a scar from that because it was so deep. And then that night I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? Like, I don't even have any material. And I remember ironing my shirt and trying to think of any jokes, because I always think of my best jokes when I'm like under the gun. And I was going to the show that night, and I was like, and then I thought of the joke of my mom, you know, calls me drunk, and she's like, I love you so much, you're the greatest daughter in the world. And then she'll always call me the next day and be like, Nikki, I'm so sorry for what I said last night. I was drunk. I didn't mean any of it. And I remember calling my parents and being like, is that funny? And they were like, yes. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to do it because I have nothing else. And then, and then I was one of 30 that performed that night. And then I was the third person that made it through and got to go to Hollywood and got the red envelope. And it was
you
me,
only had
John
to do
Roy.
one-liner?
No, you did like 5 minutes.
Oh, but did you do the same?
No.
Oh.
Different material. And then, but I was just desperate for jokes, and I just remember doing that joke. And then, and then I went to, and then we all went out afterwards, and I got so drunk, and I remember feeling so bad because there were just so many good comics that had been doing it way longer than me that were like bona fide headliners. I wasn't even hosting in Kansas City. I was 21. It was
There's
like
something
ridiculous.
about that like new comic it just.
No, I got it
radiates,
because I was a young,
and you're a
cute
young,
girl
cute,
that had good jokes. But
Yeah.
I was nowhere near someone that should have been beat out these other guys. And it was embarrassing, and they all knew it. John Roy made it through. Jerry D made it through. John Roy, I call out to this day. He was a dick to me that night because he just knew that I didn't deserve it. And everyone knew. It was like I was like I always feel for young people or people who make it through on things or get opportunities when they don't deserve it. It's like, well, are they supposed to turn it down? And I remember Tommy John again telling me I should turn it down because I got invited to Hollywood. And I remember talking to him because he was we were both young comics at the time. And he was like, I would turn it down. Like, you're not like, and I remember being like, I probably should, but it was just because he's fucking jealous.
Yeah, dude, you fucking do it.
And so I always feel for people whenever they're like, this guy shouldn't have gotten that thing. And I'm like, but Comedy Central offered it to them. Should they turn it down?
You would have
done it. They didn't
it.
trick anyone. I didn't trick anyone. I just asked for another joke because they, so shut up. When
you gotta be like, I hate when fucking comics are just so like high on their horse. Like, no, you should turn it. You're not ready
I wouldn't
for
do
that.
You're not
You're
ready.
not ready, dude.
And I remember being
It's
in
like, why are you
Dillon's
ready?
in
'Cause
Kansas, and I was
Dillon's?
shopping, and I was on the phone with Tommy John again, and he was like, I was in the produce department, and he was like, I wouldn't do it. I would turn it down.
Did
I
he
mean,
get
you're not
Pat?
ready.
Did he get
Whatever.
sent to LA?
Eventually, like, you know, 2 years later, he got on the show too. But, you know, maybe at the time he wouldn't have accepted it because we were very self-aware of like, we're not good enough. I knew I wasn't.
Yeah.
There was no part of me that was like, haha, I'm better than you all. I'll tell you, one of the worst road trips though was that car ride back to Kansas City with those 9 comics who
God.
did not make it through.
And they all convinced
And I
you to
did.
go on.
And I was so hungover the next day from drinking so much. I was so sick. We had to pull over on the highway and I was throwing up and they kept smoking inside. And I go, guys, if you smoke, if I breathe in smoke, I'm going to throw up. And they kept smoking. They didn't give a fuck about me because I got through and they
Smoking
didn't.
in the van.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
a
my
great
story.
dude.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the podcast today. We'll be here all week on the Nikki Glaser podcast. Kirsten will be here with us again tomorrow on Tuesday. Yeah, don't be cut and
Jack me off.
Kuh.